Ladies and gentlemen, you can pretty much always trust me to find the next slot machine roguelike to obsess over for about an episode and then play something else. Today, we're going to check out Guild of Rogues, which is a new roguelike deck builder with Autobattler elements, also known as a slot machine roguelike, where we are going to be strategically building our team of minions to create synergies and defeat all of the enemies. Here's what I'll say. I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I play it. This game looks identical to Endgame of Devil, which is a really, really awesome game if you haven't checked it out. Ended up being in my top 10 games of the year in 2023. A really, really solid slot machine roguelike. I'm gonna reserve my judgment. It looks a lot like it. Let's play and see if there's some shenanigans going on or if this is a case of a great idea that got refined, which I'm always down to see. I'll play the tutorial, or at least look at the tutorial. So in this game, we are going to recruit minions that fight for me, using strong relics that grant me passive effects, in order to win 15 combats filled with enemies. Each turn of battle happens automatically. All of your enemies and minions are put on a random space in the board, and then your minions attack and use their skills. Only your minions can deal damage. They are never attacked by enemies, but after a specific amount of turns, if the enemy is still alive, he will attack me, removing a heart. This is how many turns left I have to kill the enemy. This is the damage it needs to take. Okay. After each turn, I will have the option to recruit a new minion, and at the end of each of the 15 combats, I get a relic. So this is the faction the minion is a part of. Okay. To be able to recruit it, your class needs to share a faction with it. Interesting. Here's our minions and relics having different rarities: common gray, rare blue, epic purple, legendary orange. This is a rare. Attack type: every minion on board can attack. A melee will have a sword, meaning they need to be adjacent. A range can attack from anywhere. Very similar to Endgame of Devil in that regard. The skill that they have, sure, and then the attack value, how much they'll deal in damage. Pretty straightforward, for sure. And as I defeat enemies and win combat, I will gain gold that can be used to refresh my minions and relic options, or can be used to remove my own minions, and if I have more minions and empty spaces, a random selection of them won't battle. Okay. It's straightforward, right? It's straightforward. I am freaking terrified that there are potentially going to be that's 24 classes in this game. Holy, that is a lot for sure. This is the demo right now. So we got two to mess around with. We got the mercenary, we got the inventor. Let's play as the mercenary. He can use guardian and aquatic classes. And at the end of each combat, we gain 2 more gold. So just getting a little bit more gold to mess around. So looking, here's our current minions. We have a recruit. Transforms if near a rare or epic weapon. Deals 2 melee damage. We have a crab. I love him already. He's a beast, and he has 2 attack melee. And then we have a rookie who does 1 attack, and you're ranged, and we got 2 of those. So, to be blunt, pretty garbage squad that we're dealing with here. We're going to want to make them better. And then we have our enemies that don't do anything. Right, you just exist, but we have to kill them within the next 5 turns, right? We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna hit fight, and you're going to now deal some damage to the enemies, and then I'm going to get the ability to draw a new one. They even have the same DPS calculator as Endgame of Devil. Okay, so the Bard. This is probably every 8 turns. Nearby minions gain +1 attack. Or maybe this is at the end of those turns, 1 gains. I didn't read it well enough to know. Tentacle has +1 attack for every other tentacle on the board. This is identical to Endgame of Devil. Okay, sure. This, you gain a weapon when near an anvil. So I want to do this because we have the guy that he transforms if he's near an epic or legendary weapon, right? Or a rare or an epic or something like that. So let's take you, and then we need to get an anvil in the future. And that will be a good testament to what we're doing here. So the cannon, this is probably every 3 turns, deal 5 damage to an enemy. It's not horrible, but I don't love it. Nearby minions have +1 attack, but you attack for 0. I need some attack, okay? So I'm going to take this shark. You are a rare as well. When this attacks, a 50% chance to gain +1 attack. Early on, that's going to scale pretty well for me. And that's a lovely scenario. You're sniped. We're close on you, but hopefully we're going to be okay. Give me another recruit at this point. I don't think the cannon is that good, is my current assessment, but maybe I'm incorrect. We'll see. So, every 5 turns, activate all treasure chests and golden chests. Okay. Smith and engineer can create a weapon if there is an anvil anywhere on the board. Or the smith can only create rare or better weapons. So this is really intriguing to me. This is also intriguing to me, but I think that this is even better. So I'm going to take that. We still need the anvil. Like, that's a very important part of the equation here. But I have to imagine we're going to get it soon. So after 7 turns, remove itself. It's a common weapon, so it's not going to do anything with you. I'm going to take another recruit, though, because now we have this interesting recruit play. Hey, Shark, I'd like you to actually be nearby an enemy at some point. That would really make my life a little bit better. Quest, 50% chance to remove this if near an adventurer, gaining rewards based on its rarity. Near an adventurer. Are you an adventurer, so to speak? Like, this is a guardian class? I'm actually not 100% sure. Ah, okay, so these are the rarities. This is the rewards we would get based on the rarity. I'm not sure I understand this, and that's fine. I think that adventurers are probably any unit. So if they're common, we just get +1 attack to that adventurer. I think that's fine, okay? We could take this pirate, so gains a treasure chest or a golden chest every 12 turns. You do 2 damage. I suppose that we need units on the board right now. We can remove units in the future. Sharkman, I really need you to do anything of value. I mean, like, I'm not asking for much. Anything is going to be decent at this point. I'm going to get some more units on the board, man. The anvil is a non-negotiable. So now we have our smith is ready for a good time if he goes next to an anvil. He didn't. Of course, our shark is still doing nothing. We're going to get screwed here because our shark has done very, very little for me. +2 attack for every nearby wolf. I'm refreshing again, man. And I'm refreshing again. And frankly, I'm refreshing again because those were all horrible. I'm going to take another recruit. I'm going to take another smith, actually. And then we're going to hope for the best. Now, good, decent positioning. You're going to make it away. You're going to steal a heart from me. That's life, okay? So we got Sauron, Sharon, and you misspelled it? I don't know. 50% chance to either deal or heal 7 damage to an enemy. Hate that, to be honest. Give +1 to beasts that are adjacent to at least one other beast every 3 turns. Nah, I'm going to do when a recruit transforms, it gains +3 attack. We're building this recruit run right now. We just need that anvil. Of course, you're the one that's not ticked down to 0 already. So you're not going to actually make what we want. Oh, and the recruiter who gains a recruit. Brother, you're beautiful. This is also a fun build. I can tell you right now that's probably a fun build. But let's go with the recruiter who is a recruit at this point, gains a recruit. I just need that. They have anvil to be in position. Add another one, okay? Oh, you're actually an adventurer. So I guess that the one that we had that was based around adventurers, that's a legitimate person. That's fine. I didn't know, okay? We didn't take it, so it's irrelevant. You should now have created a rare weapon. That's a sword. Okay, so now you're going to go next to a sword and you are going to transform. I think we love it. I think we freaking love it. I'm taking another recruit. We're going to have a million little recruits that are going to have a bunch of wacky things and stuff. You have transformed. Okay, so you have transformed into a warrior that does 7 damage cleave. It's ridiculously good, okay? We're a big fan of that. I don't think we need another anvil. I do think that a mage is fine. Casts a fireball or thunder. So thunder does 6 damage to an enemy, 3 to enemies adjacent to it. Fireball deals 10 damage to an enemy. That's every 3 turns. I think that that's a decent value for us to put in our deck at the current moment. Okay? Another anvil, I think, just clogs us a little bit too much. I understand that we are in a position... Are you an adventurer, actually? You're an adventurer? You're not. Okay. So our 2 rookie adventurers, I understand. I get it, okay? I get it. I think you need another smith. You need 3 smiths in order to keep up with the amount of recruits you're going to get, is my opinion. Now, we have successfully completed this wave, which feels good. Wolves and werewolves gain +1 attack. Pirates activate nearby treasure chests. We're not really running a beast build. I'm going to refresh this. Smiths and engineers can create a weapon if there's an anvil anywhere on the board. This is a non-negotiable. You have to take this. Now, we are going to want to remove 1 anvil now. That's important because you only need 1. Transform if near a legendary weapon. I'm fine with this. You're also an epic that deals 8 damage, so it's pretty good. We're gonna take you. So our smiths are lined up. 2 of them do on 1 turn, another does on a different turn, and that's fine in my opinion. We've gained another person. This is an archer. We're just gonna have a lot of dudes, right? And that's kind of our plan, is to have a lot of dudes. After 15 turns, gain 2 gold, then remove itself. Pretty trash, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think that is actually a horrible, horrible item. But I'm humoring it for right now. And then we can take quests. So quests now, when we complete them, most of our guys, we're going to gain a gold, right? And if our hero completes it, which is wherever the hell he is, where the heck did he go? Here, if he, who is an adventurer, if he does this, we're going to have a 25% chance to gain a legendary weapon, which in turn could transform our hero. So the quests are now really good, and they're disposable, right? We're going to use them, and then that's going to be that. We also do have a golden chest on the board. I don't even know how that happened, but I'm fine with it, and I love this too. Every 5 turns, we activate all of our chests. We got a good setup right now. I feel very, very strongly about it. What I would like to do is start to get into the camp of removals. I do not like any of these. We actually have too much stuff in our deck right now. So we are going to remove these rookie adventurers because they're terrible. I mean, like, actually terrible. That still now has nothing. I should have removed an anvil first, but that's okay. The warrior cleave is fine. Then I will remove an anvil. We want to, the sweet spot is probably like 20 units, give or take. We don't want to go too crazy because we only have 25 slots on the board and some of them are going to be taken up by enemies, right? Now, we're also now in a position where we're going to be generating too many weapons. Like, this is a lot of weapons, and we got 1 recruit, 2 recruits left. 2 recruits left, that's actually not horrible. I think I'm fine with this, in all seriousness. I mean, we just obliterated this wave. That was it, huh? Okay. Pretty good. Neutral minions have +1 attack. What is a neutral minion? I'm assuming this is commons. Common minions have +1 attack. I don't know. I really have no clue. Let's refresh you. I don't love these. Every 4 turns gain a quest rocks, because that's just going to upgrade all of our people. Okay. Big fan. Very, very big fan. and then people are transforming, you're getting stuff. It's good. It's good. I don't need to activate nearby cannons. Remove the lowest attack beast on the board to gain 2 gold. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually chill with this because you're now going to thin out the shark and the crab from our build, which we don't need in the build, is the harsh reality. I love them. The crab's very cute. The shark did something for me at some point in time. Not much, I will tell you. He's up to 6 attack. That's not horrible, okay? He has performed as expected, and that's about it. He's fine. We are okay with him. There's a lot of treasure chests on our board. That was a legendary weapon, and now our hero has taken it. I would like to look at who you have created for me now. And this is scrollable. So this is our champion. Has +2 attack for every quest cleared. Yeah, it's decent for sure. That's gonna have good vibes for us, I think. I'm gonna refresh these because I don't really like them. I'm gonna refresh these because I don't really like them. Aquatic minions have +1. We're not running an aquatic build, so I'm gonna refresh them. Minion that dealt the most attack this turn gains +2 attack. The rich get richer, baby. That's a good item. Anything that increases our attack passively is the dream, right? That's just an awesome scenario. I mean, you're just gonna give me another champion. I'm just gonna take another champion. I got 30 things in my deck. We gotta thin at some point. And it's going to be thinning. I think the reality is we need to get rid of some of the, I mean, this is also, you're insane, right? Is this guy Spelunky? You're insane, I think. You're also really good. Adjacent Adventurer gains +2 attack, but you're really good. So let's just take you. I'm gonna do some thinning. We gotta get rid of A Smith. And we have to get rid of, I mean, at some point I gotta get rid of just some normal guys. The crab will be gotten rid of on his own. Let's just fight. I think everything is still fine. Some of this is going to happen naturally. Like, the treasure chests are going to go away naturally. +2 attack if near a king. We do not have a king. I'm just gonna skip on this one. You don't need to add every time. 30 is way too much in our build. And the reality is that I'm likely, I think it's intelligent for us to remove some of these weapons because they're not helping anybody. Our better units are out there, right? Like we are gaining less benefit from doing it like this. We can at least get more recruits that are going to consume those weapons. At some point, we have to start cleaning out our recruits. 50% chance to gain a Kraken. I don't think I need that. When a minion defeats an enemy, it gains +1 attack. This is just all passive benefits to our people. Any way to passively increase, you're going to clear that quest, which is very nice. 50% chance? Hey, come on. All right. You can see the pirate build being a possibility. I'm going to take another hero. I'm not going to sing it, despite your desire for me to, potentially. Can we clear that quest? Okay, thank the Lord. Oh, I'm starting to lose my mind. I don't even need the treasure chest anymore. We've got enough nonsense going on at this point. Everything's just kind of moving along. Give me more quests. It's continuing to level you up. You're up to 8, my guy. It's insanely good. 2 more quests on the board. Please complete them. 1 completed. We love it. Whittled down to, I actually really like you, because we have a lot of adventurers. 29 units is still too many. The Elven Bow is a legend or an epic, so that 1 hero we have is beautiful. These are bad. I have a ton of refreshes. When an adventurer defeats an enemy, gain a quest. Okay, yeah. We'll just win at that point. That's a ridiculously good thing for us. This is a skip. 29 units. You have not done anything, my guy. You are just not thinning. This crab is still in my deck. It's time to go, okay? It's also time for you to go. Remove you. And then the harsh reality is I want to get rid of that hunter too. He's not doing anything. And it's not enough damage. These warriors that are up to 18, 10, 15, like they're really good. It's down to 26 units. We got multiple swords. We do have some really good swords. I think you can get rid of these. And then you got 2 champions. You still have a hero, I think. Yep. So he's, if next to, you transform if near a legendary. These are not legendaries. It'll happen eventually. I'm less concerned. And then we still have 2 smiths. I think that you can probably afford to kill another smith. The thing is, you're about to have a large influx of quests. And quests are great because they level up our people, but quests are also, oh, you're interesting for sure. Nearby enemies take 3 more damage. I'm not sweating these. Quests are great because they level up our people, but quests are not great because they do 0 damage and take up a spot on the board, right? So this is kind of the ideal scenario. We should now have like 5 quests. Yeah, we got 4 quests in our build. They're going to all make it onto the board, at least some of them. 2 of them get eaten, and now they don't take up as much space, which is lovely. This can be broken if you do a tentacle build, but I didn't. Activating nearby treasure chests with pirates. You can see that there's not many relics, since I'm just getting the same ones every single time. Yeah, I mean, rather, none of these are good. I can keep refreshing, but none of these are good. End of combat, gain 2 gold. I'll humor it. Gold is like the least of my concerns right now. Keep it going, right? Keep it going. Doing okay things. Swordsman with cleave does 8 damage. I mean, you're fine, right? You're completely fine. 4 gold, 1% chance to find legendaries, then remove itself. I'll take you, okay? I'll take you, I'll humor you. We got 27 people still in the damn build. I think the harsh reality is that that's still way too many. We want this to be a tight 21 or so. But part of that issue is having swords and other things on our board right now. Let's see if we can thin out some bad adventurers. So like this warrior that does 5 damage, you probably need to go. We have these nice swords, but they're kind of whatever at this point. I like these archers. They're actually doing fine for me. 27, 19, 8. The elven marksman for 10 with a multi-attack at 2 is crazy good. This mage, I think we can probably get rid of as well. We've already killed off one of these guys. I think at this point you may be able to just get rid of him. And then if you're getting rid of him, you can get rid of your anvil. We're into the final stages. I got 3 weapons on the board. We're still gaining recruits, which are going to still, I mean, we just clobbered everybody. We're still gaining recruits, and we still have those couple things on the board. I think that's good enough for me. I'm not taking any of this wolf nonsense. Whenever a quest is completed, 50% chance to gain a new one. I'm telling you, we probably are doing too much with quests. But the value they provide is high, okay? It is high. This elven marksman is crazy. So you do take them. You got a million quests on the board, and you have to complete them here. This lookout is terrible. Why are you still in my deck? I'm actually going to skip this. I really don't need any of these. That lookout's got to go. So that is you. Your ass is gone. You can probably get rid of the recruiter at this point too, if you really wanted to. We still have 2 weapons in the deck. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just see the quests go. As the quests go, see, this is the problem, man. It's got too many freaking quests. They're taking up too much space, and then more quests are spawning. Because every time I complete a quest, I get another quest. Like, we're leveling up the guys. It's good stuff, but It's easy to whittle down our deck and then immediately, like, it's too many right now. We almost need to remove some of the quests. Just so we're always going to have a ton of them. Every single time. Just give me the coin, right? Because this is gain a quest every time you defeat an enemy. This is 50% chance to gain a quest after a quest. And every 4 turns I gain a quest is too much. Can I get rid of my items? I can't. Okay, so we have to get rid of some quests. We're officially in there's too many. So please get rid of like a large chunk of these. I know that it's painful to watch me do this, but you're still going to have a crap load of them at all times, right? It's just going to keep on scaling. 4 of them go away. Guess what? 4 of them went right back in. We do not need to be concerned about getting rid of them. And we need our actual units on the board in order to deal a little bit of damage. 3 more go away. Guess what? Check the damn log. 3 more came in. 4 more came in that one. The level ups are sick. All of these guys gaining value is awesome. Kraken removes pirates. 3 attacks for each tentacle. Yeah, I mean, it's like really good. Well, 3 attack and you gain a tentacle. You can see that build being fun. It's just not what we did, right? I saw the ability to transform units into random units and I went, roll a die, baby. See what we can do. Okay, what do we got? Gain a legendary weapon if there's an anvil on the board. You would have been sick like 40 turns ago. But you're not anymore. Activate all cannons, repeat for every 10 gold you have. You're disgusting. I mean, that's extremely broken, but not for the build that I've created. I think that we're fine for what it's worth. Like, we're doing a crap ton of damage, and it's only going to keep on getting better. Refresh me? Refresh me? I don't think that there is a unit left. This is weird. I don't think there's a thing left for me to do. Melee minions have +4 attack. Just kidding. There's a great one for me. That sounds lovely. There's too many quests. Not sure if you have understood the agenda, but there are too many quests in my build. These guys are up to doing 77 and 84 damage a piece because I've completed 34 quests. It's pretty good, okay? It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. We're okay with this. And as they level up, so the quest, just as a reminder. So a legendary completing the quest is a 1% chance to get legendary minions and relics. So that's why our stuff is insane right now. 1, we're getting all of these legendary weapons because of epics completing the quests. And then 2, this is why we're then getting all these people, right? Instead of being removed, this minion gains +1 multi-attack. Actually a disgusting unit too. Give me another champion. 27 units in deck. We can come in here, we can remove, I can't believe I'm removing 14 damage Excaliburs. That seems kind of dumb, right? Let's remove you. And then... I mean, you're a 14 cleave. You're a 36 cleave. Like, the swordsmans are not actually really that useful for me because I already have units doing better than that. So I guess get rid of them. These guys are spawning because they're recruits that are consuming legendary weapons, I think. Or epic weapons at that point. I mean, we're just bodying everything in one spin. Kraken and Tentacle have Cleave. Unfortunately, just not useful. Wolf into Werewolf. Range minions have +2 attack. It's just passive benefit. We'll take them. Okay, keep the good times rolling. You guys level up. You leveling up has now probably dropped 1 more quest into my deck. 2, since you were a... That was a rare that did that. So rare, we gained gold, and now I have 28 gold. Yeah? That checks out. Start smacking. These units got a lot of juice, for sure. I don't need the Hydra. We're on 14 of 15. We're We're gonna see if we can win. It's a bit of a joke because, like, we're gonna win. there's no ifs, ands, or buts around this one. It's annihilation. There's no hope of losing right now. Just kind of going through the motions, really. Is there anything left besides these, like, same 4 relics for me to tackle? Sure ain't looking like it, I'll tell you that. Sure looks like I've randomed through every single one at this point. These are just the same. Neutral minions have +1 attack. That's what I'll go for. I don't think that's what we'll go for. I will refresh until the last possible moment and then take neutral gem. So you have 400 health. It's a decent amount, okay? I won't deny. You got a decent amount of attack or health. But do you know what I have a decent amount of? I got a decent amount of Excalibur legendary swords, and then champions doing 108 and 128 damage. It's simply too much for you to bear, okay? You're just gonna get annihilated. I got 6 more turns to do like 100 damage to you guys. Giving me a common weapon in that situation is so funny. Alright. 29 units in deck. We could thin it. Is there any reason to thin it? Not even a little bit. You walk away with your win. 30 units in deck, a little victory royale, and then you can restart and do it all again. No, I'm gonna be quitting to the main menu. So let's take a look. I want to take a look at you again. So start the game with 2 extra minions, an anvil and a miner. You have mechanical and guardian. I guess I'm intrigued by, we definitely played down a gear at some point, so I don't know how we were able to do that if we're locked to just the class, because didn't it say every minion and relic is from one of 2 factions? We definitely had a gear at some point on one of our guys. I'd be interested to see what other units exist, right? Because clearly there's mechanical units we didn't see during this run. Here's what I'll say, right? I think that the idea that Endgame of Devil created is easily the best in form of slot machine roguelike genre. I think it revolutionized it. I think you're gonna see a lot more games like it as we move forward. I want to see this game fleshed out with a lot more if it's going to somewhat shamelessly take a lot of ideas from Endgame of Devil. Right now, it's okay. You know, it needs more to stand out. And it claims to have more. It says on the Steam page that there are hundreds of units in this game. We did not see hundreds of units, but we're also just playing the demo, right? So there's room for this to explode with a lot more content in it, but it doesn't have the juice to stand out from Endgame of Devil right now, is the harsh reality. And it took a lot of ideas from it, so I don't feel really all that bad about saying that. Apologies to the dev if you see this. You kind of know this already in some regards. But you're off to a good start. It just needs a little bit more. I like the idea of classes for sure. I think that's really going to change up the replayability of having different units that you can have and find that makes each run you do with these different classes truly different. What is really going to be easy to do, though, on the developer's end is to make classes that are not very different from each other. And you end up with bloat of classes just to have content, but that content isn't interesting. And that's something that I definitely warn for future development of the game. But that said, I still had a good time, and there's some interesting ideas and some interesting new items in here that are very different from Endgame of Devil, just in the fact of, like, the quest system is really cool, the transformation of units, I like those ideas. I think there's room to continue to build unique new ideas that a game like Endgame of Devil does not do. food for thought for the future. It's worth checking out the demo. I still think they're doing unique things here, but I will also say if you enjoyed this and you went, this is sick, you should probably go check out Endgame of Devil. It's a really, really good game that is basically this. So, an interesting Olexa look. Going inside baseball, I always feel a little weird when I get hit with games like this, because if I don't mention that, like, hey, your game is basically another game, then everybody in the comments is like, Tyler, come on, right? So then I'm put in a weird position there, but then now if I'm openly talking about, like, hey, you have taken 90% of another game and just put your own twist on it, sometimes that's great, you know, and sometimes it's not. And I think that this is a scenario where it's cautiously good, right? It's not a carbon copy. You know, I look at games like Wall World versus Dome Keeper. That was one that I did not feel comfortable making a video on. You won't find Wall World on my channel. But there's room for, in the gaming industry, for us to continue to expand upon a game, take inspiration from a game, but put your own new twist and ideas into it that separates it from each other. Endgame of Devil is shamelessly taking Luck Be a Landlord, right? Luck Be a Landlord was the birth of these slot machine roguelikes, and it's a brilliant idea and an awesome kind of genre to open up. It's good to take inspiration and then put your own twist on it. And I want all devs that end up watching this to go, hey, you know what? If I'm making a game that is very shamelessly like another game, how do I make my game unique and different from it? And that's kind of the challenge that I leave there. So a lot of conversation about this one. There's times where I will record a video like a Wall World, right? Where I recorded an episode of Wall World, and then after, I mean, like probably 15 minutes into it, I hit my stop recording button and it never saw the universe, right? This is the case where I think there's enough in this game that I feel comfortable posting this on YouTube and promoting this as a game that you should go and check out and follow the development of. But it has that, like, I'm putting a big stamp that says cautious on the game, where it's a cautious recommendation for me. I want to see where it goes next and what it does next. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, as always, like on the video, much appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. New game tomorrow. Possibly another shameless copy of another game, if I'm looking at my Excel spreadsheet of the games that I'm covering. So see you tomorrow for the same conversation. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.